Hello everyone, this is Money Mom. Welcome to the channel. Today I want to chat with you guys about money saving tips most people refuse to use. Let's get right into it. The first one is most people will not give up comfort. And I've definitely, you know me and my examples. Okay, and this is things that I'm noticing. By the way, starting off, no judgment to anyone. I don't know their budget. There maybe a lot of these folks are making 20 times more than I am, and this is personal finance. So if they feel they're getting value, that is all that matters, right? But the first thing is I notice is many people, when I'm out and about shopping or I see folks, they're still buying, alcohol every week. They're still buying pop, all different kinds of drinks, okay? These things are not necessary. Now, if you have enough money, that's great, but many of these folks that are buying this stuff are the people that are complaining about how expensive groceries are. I know I've said this on so many videos. If we just drank water, maybe coffee or tea in the morning, we would save so much money on groceries. We could use that money to actually buy real food. Example, I was at Aldi, and I do love those carbonated waters, okay? I remember, back in the day, and not a few years ago, they were like $2.75, $2.99 for a 12-pack of those. It is close to $5 now for a 12-pack. I did not purchase it. Now, I always like to add a little something to add some flavor to that. Now, I love something carbonated, but I rarely ever buy it because I just can't see spending that money. If, let's say, and that's just the water. If I bought pop, which I enjoy having every now and then, that let's say it's $8, I could take that $8 and buy something to actually make a meal. And so I just can't see spending that money. That's me. I'm just saying that. Snacks, alcohol. I do still buy snacks, but a lot less than I used to. A lot of times the food that we're eating is just stuff that I'm making meals. And I do buy some snacks, but they have to be affordable or on sale. Okay, another thing, so I'm going to say giving up our comforts. And believe me, I totally understand. I like all different kind of yummy convenience foods and drinks myself, but I've had to kind of put a kibosh and buy a lot less. Number two, automate savings. I have spoken to so many people over the years that say, I don't have make enough money to save. I say, well, treat your savings like a bill, like you have to pay it. Oh, but there's always something that comes up, and I understand that totally. But the thing is we all know, any of us that have an emergency savings, we all know how important it is. That way, if we have it, it may keep us from going into debt or further in debt, okay? Number three, waiting before purchasing. And believe me, I know I did a video that said that 75% of Americans' purchases are impulse purchases. That is a lot. And so if we could even wait 24 hours, I can tell you if I wait just walking around the store, 95% of the time, I really don't want that item that bad. I literally wait a lot now. Doesn't mean, guys, that I'm perfect and I don't make mistakes and that I don't buy things I don't need. No, it doesn't. But this is the good news. I'm not about perfection. I'm about consistency and about making small, manageable changes. I'm not comparing my life to other people. I'm looking at what can I do to improve my situation and looking at and competing with myself, not others. Okay, the next one, and I didn't do this for a long time until this year, is track my spending. Now, my bills are all tracked. I'm talking my cash envelope. I do use a cash envelope, but I do now track my spending and how much am I spending on things. And the good news is I don't think overall that I overspend. There are probably some times I don't need to buy certain things at the grocery store, and there are times I do have some buyer's remorse, okay? But I've gotten much better. I still make mistakes, but I'm improving. But tracking your spending does keep you honest because you can see where your money is going. Another thing a lot of people refuse to do is I call it reallocate your budget. I know it's something I could do more often myself. Look over your budget. Where is all your money going? Are you happy with the services you're getting? I'm going to admit to you guys right now, I do not like change. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I could save money if I switch my cell phone plan, my internet plan, my car insurance plan, my homeowner's plan, and they don't mind switching all the time. I have a hard time with that because I don't like change. Let me know if any of you are like me. But reallocating your budget, looking where there are holes where you can maybe save more money. Are there areas you're overspending? Sometimes people, they can't find any other place to save. They've already reallocated and reallocated, and they're happy because at some point you just feel like are there any more changes you can really make? Okay, last but not least, and I see this all the time, Meal prepping and packing your lunches. People say they don't have time, or they're too tired and they don't feel like it, or they don't like leftovers or whatever. I've seen many people over the years, and not pointing any fingers at anybody, that buy at vending machines all the time. And it's like, wow, I know we like snacks, but let's say you're buying a certain something at a vending machine. You could go to, one of these big box stores and buy a big batch of it yourself. That's where they're probably going to get it, and then bring it home and then have it and then pack that in your lunch if you want. So I think these little death by 1,000 cuts can really eat into your budget. People say they're too tired, they don't have enough money, and they just don't want to do it for whatever reason. I understand, believe me. I would love to be able to go out to eat all the time and have all these conveniences and things, but I know I wouldn't be able to save if I did it. Let me know, guys, what you think. What are some money-saving tips that you see most people refuse to use? I'd like to hear from you in the comments below. That's all I have to say for now. Love you, appreciate you, and hope to see you on tomorrow's video. Bye, everybody.